Hi guys, this is Androidpipe.com and I'm here with the game N.O.V.A Legacy. It was launched at the end of February and I'm playing it on the Huawei P10. So this game is a remake of the first N.O.V.A. It has a campaign, but also multiplayer is available. We are required a certain loadout power to start the mission, and let's see what we can do about it. So I'm going to upgrade my shotgun and see if the loadout checks out. We got Carl Warden as the main character here, and you can spend energy to play levels. There's multiplayer, there's challenges, and N.O.V.A Legacy is free in the Play Store and once again was launched at the end of February. So let's see what this mission is all about. From what I've seen so far, all the levels look the same. I'm talking about the level design. You get corridors, you get tunnels and elevators, and that's about it. There is a boss battle every once in a while, and typical for a Gameloft shooter, the controls are quite kick-ass, pretty well implemented, just like we saw in Modern Combat, previous N.O.V.A titles. And in case you're wondering about the graphics, well, it's a remake after all, and while it's better than N.O.V.A 2 and N.O.V.A 1, it's not exactly better than N.O.V.A 3, that still looks stunning even after 4 years of being released. I've seen only 3 types of enemies so far. There's the red one, which is the main grunt. There's the gray one that's shooting green poison bolts from his body, and then there's also a big fellow who's basically one of the golden soldiers from Hellboy, if you remember them. He's throwing hammers towards you and also doing a kamikaze by trying to hit you with his body. This seems like a harder level, and aside from using weapons like this one or those you already saw before, you can also activate the armor and throw a grenade, but those will cost quite a bit, and the game is pretty cheapskate when it comes to resources. Okay, so far so good. Thank God for the controls, otherwise it would be hard to get all the baddies. And by the way, this turret can overheat, so be wary about that. One of the objections I have is the lack of a proper soundtrack, and also the weapons sound like firecrackers, so I'm not impressed by them. And also we're not hearing Yelena talk, we just see her speech, her lines. Yelena is the virtual assistant which helps Carl Warden, which is the main character here. Basically like Cortana in Halo, only it's not Cortana. Okay, so apparently we're done with this section and we have to move forward for more action. We have boss battles, we have companions which you have to defend, and armor to get from these boxes. What bugs me about the game, one of the things, is that sometimes you have to turn on the same path you came, which is basically recycling the level, and I'm not a fan of that. One of the best things about the game is the multiplayer, which is hugely fun, fast and entertaining, and I had a blast playing it. Okay, so N.O.V.A Legacy. Cannot even remember playing first N.O.V.A, let alone reviewing it, so it's nice to get back to those days. People still expect to see N.O.V.A 4 at some point. I imagine it would have a kick-ass graphics, would even surpass PlayStation 2 or even PlayStation 3 games. Keep in mind that N.O.V.A 3 already had a couple of looks and cutscenes that seemed much like Crysis in a way, in the best way possible. The armor felt like Crysis, and the whole vibe was excellent. The lighting was very good, shades and all that, and expectations are big for the N.O.V.A 4. In the meantime, this is not N.O.V.A 4, it's N.O.V.A Legacy, N.O.V.A 1 remade for the younger generation. Playing it on the Huawei P10 does not result in any lag. I just changed to the shotgun, shot down through drones, and finally a new area. We're getting heavy fire from all around, and it will be hard to target those baddies. It happened to me pretty often to run out of bullets, so keep that in mind at all times. Okay, let's say we got bored of the level, and let's say you can buy stuff with currency. Let's exit and check out the multiplayer for extra kicks. Continue, we got some cash, not bad. The game comes from Gameloft, obviously, has a story mode. It also has some events, and the multiplayer Okay, set your name, set your loadout. This is the main weapon, it's upgradable. We have quite a few to choose from. Secondary weapon, shotguns basically, and the tertiary weapon, so to say, basically guns. And here you have your customizable armor and alien skins and all that. And now it's multiplayer time, very fun, very fast paced and played in short bursts. I have to admit that even though the game is rather simple, has a very simple level design, the weapons don't sound good, we don't have a soundtrack here, and the story is rather basic, the game remains quite fun. And even though Gameloft promised a 20 megabyte experience, it's more like 200 megabytes. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and give it an 8.4 out of 10 here at Androidpipe.com. I've played the N.O.V.A Legacy on the Huawei P10, and I want to show you a little slice of the multiplayer experience before we go. Deploy. Here we are. We're expecting the other ones to spawn. This is a nice map. Certainly one I haven't seen before, or maybe I have, but not with those thingies. I saw someone running here. Where are you? I saw an explosion. The first blood has been drawn and this guy is ready to die. And the round has finished. Okay, so apparently we finished last. Anyway, the next match will start soon. We even got some cash to go with it. N.O.V.A Legacy. If you haven't played it, give it a go. It's supposed to not take up much space. Usually a shooter from the N.O.V.A series takes up 1 gigabyte or even 2 gigabytes, so having 200 megabytes is absolutely no problem for you, even though Gameloft promised 20. So deathmatch with 6 player on the Colonial Pride ship. Here we go. Once again, the grade is 8.4 out of 10 for N.O.V.A Legacy. Possibly one of the most fun times I've had in a multiplayer first-person shooter on a mobile ever since maybe Modern Combat 5. Also from Gameloft, by the way. Let's see what's happening here. Waiting for players. That's not a problem, by the way. You can always find someone here. What happens if we go this way? Oh, nice, a jump ramp. Nice mechanics, and I just saw someone being spawned. Here we go, here goes nothing. Throw a grenade maybe. And that's the kill cam time. Skip, deploy and try again. Okay, so the match has yet to start apparently, although I just messed around with another player. What's lacking here is a jump button anyways. So it's just me and some other guy. We have to meet and shoot each other. Trying to find him or her, who knows. Oh, here we are. Grenade time. None of us is a good shot and he's facing me with the back. And we've been killed. This has been it. This is N.O.V.A Legacy, played on the Huawei P10. Bye bye.